Good morning, YouTube. How's it going? I hope everybody's doing well. If it's the afternoon, well, good afternoon. If it's good evening, good evening. This is the internet. You could be watching from wherever, but you're here with me at Ohana Farm. Trucking down the road, I-40. Today is still the first 13, but I'm not shifting. I'm actually already started heading down the road. It's been a weird trip. I'm going to elaborate on that more when I get home. I'm going to have all the things I need to show you guys. But man, in the 16 years that I've been doing this job, I've never had a week like this. It's not necessarily that the job was bad. It's just a situation has arisen to where you just have epic proportions, where you just cannot believe it. I still can't believe it. Let's just say I had a terrible experience at Love's. Wouldn't even be putting the icing on the cake. Like, that wouldn't even be baking the cake. Prepping the cake, like, it's way above that. It's astronomical. I just can't even begin to explain it. So stay tuned to the channel. One of my next videos, if probably 2 videos from now, will definitely have way more details. But this week has been ironic, to say the least. I went down to Shreveport, Louisiana. I'm on my way back. I just stopped in Palestine, Arkansas, where I had the issue, to talk to the general manager. I also got to talk to the area manager on the phone. That's how bad it is. The other day, but I went down with some paper for the Louisiana Association of the Blind, which only makes me figure that they're turning those books into Braille, or that paper into Braille books or paperwork or whatever, which is awesome. That just makes me super excited. Showed you guys the tornadoes, because that's what I'm having for breakfast today. Let's see, what do I got in here? I got cheesy, spicy egg and cheese. You know, that's one of them. And the other one, sorry, that's French toast. That one's awesome. I love the French toast one. Can only eat a couple of them, though, until I get bored. This video is going to be short, so I can eat those up. But you got to take care of that trucker baby, you know what I'm saying? So I went down to Louisiana, dropped off the paper for the Louisiana Association of the Blind. That made me feel pretty good. I've taken several loads like that in my career. One of my favorite loads to talk about is I took a load of water down to Florida during Hurricane Andrew, I believe it was. I honestly can't remember. Maybe it was a little bit longer than that, but it was right around Katrina, before Katrina. Fairly bad hurricane. They needed water and a special housing. For the life of me, I can't remember the name of the organization that comes in and helps you out in an emergency disaster. Man, I cannot remember that. But anyway, in the United States, they have an association that when there's a natural disaster like that and people are homeless and things like that, they will dispatch this organization, and it shows up and it does its best to supply all the general needs: housing, showers, water, food, all of that stuff to the people who are put out. So one of my favorite loads ever, I had a load of Ozark water, and I was taking it down to Florida into the disaster zone, ground zero basically. When I hit the Florida state line, there was no cell phones. There was no service. Towers were damaged. Back then, cell phones weren't that popular, so service was really bad. Pay phones were still around. I couldn't. Pay phones were down. Lots of power was out. My wife hadn't heard from me for 12 or 13 hours, so she's freaking. So I had to go through my dispatcher through the satellite system, which we have on our trucks, to tell my wife, I sent my dispatcher a message, said, hey, is there any possible way you can call my wife? Just let her know I'm okay. My wife has never gone 12, 13 hours without hearing from me. You know, we were required to sleep 10 hours. At 15, 12, 13, 14, 15 hours, it's kind of unreasonable to think that I'm sleeping still. I'm out here to make money, so as soon as my 10 hours is up, I'm ready to roll. Even if I've only really got 7 and 6 hours of sleep, I still don't lay in the bed and just be like, oh, you know what, I don't feel good, I just want to get some extra sleep. No, I get in the truck and start rolling. That's what it's all about. So yeah, we took some water down there, and then we dropped it off, and I wish I could remember the name, but we had special stickers on the truck that said that, you know, it was unlawful to stop us, or not just me, there was several trucks, that's why I say us, but basically it gave us permission to blow the scales. It gave us permission to drive whatever we thought was safe. So if you wanted to drive 16 hours that day, you could. You know, so I got the load down there as quick as I could to help out with that. When I dropped the load off, the guy had told me there was about 1 million liters of water that was delivered. Oh, that guy missed. That's not a good day. That's not a good day, my friend. So why you don't park on the shoulder when it says no parking on a big truck is so that you don't wake up with a wrecker attached to you pulling you out of the ditch. He's about 5 feet from rolling his truck over, if that. His trailer's like this, as the guy's trying to pull him out of the ditch. That's absolutely crazy. That's why you pay attention to signs. That's all I got to say about that. So yeah, that was my favorite load. So this one for the paper, for the blind, that kind of makes me feel good as well. It's a more recent one to talk about. On my way back with some motor oil, some pre-mixed motor oil and fuel for Husqvarna. Not sure the customer that it's going to, if it's actually going. It's labeled Husqvarna, so that's their product. Bringing it into Canada, obviously, that's where I head back, and it's classified as a hazmat load, so we're pulling some hazmat today. Look out, boys. Alright, so that's gonna about do it for story time with the Trucking Gamer in the first 13. I got down to Louisiana safe. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and helping me get to my destination safe in Canada, where again I will bring you simulation gaming along with my community. We will be doing some changes around here. We got some great ideas that we'll be implementing probably this week when I'm home, to bring you guys more live content, more continuous content, more group content. There's been some rumblings about launching X-Plane 11 and Flight Sim into our community. So if you guys are interested in playing those games in an active community where you can hang out with other sim gamers in general and also pilots, consider joining below. It's not released yet and officially a supported game, so it's not something we continuously talk about, support, or look for people to play with in our community. It's forbidden at this point. So because basically what you're looking at Ohana Farms is a simulation community starting from the time you join. So the time you join, you're joining a simulated company called Ohana Farms Inc. You pass an interview, which is basically, you know, you apply for whatever game you're going to play. We make sure that you've read the rules by asking you some questions. We get you all set up. You start playing the game. That's it. I mean, once you start playing the game, we start making revenue. Everybody's happy. It's all great. As the company makes revenue, it branches off into into another game, which is another branch of the company. So far we've expanded twice. We started off with Farm Sim, we've expanded into ATS and now ETS. ETS was a $25 million price tag, so all the games prior to ETS had to raise $25 million to get ETS to happen. And then there were special missions that also took place sometimes, like, you know, delivering the products to make the terminal to then start trucking from that terminal type of thing. So we're role playing, we're simulating, we're immersion, we're all of those things that people want. We add all the great things to simulator games to make them funner. We're also at one point going to emulate single player sim games like House Flipper and things like that into our brand. So if you're into simulation gaming, you're looking for a great community, even if you don't have ATS Farm Simulator or ETS2, join our Discord, which is in the link. The link is in the description below to do that. I want to say hi to all our friends up there in Discord right now that are probably on the farm or trucking, supporting Ohana Farms. I appreciate you. Stay tuned. 2 new emojis are approved already on Twitch, so we're gonna have some fun with those. That's twitch.tv/Ohana Farms. If you guys are interested in being over at Twitch, where we're Twitch affiliates, at this point Twitch is the most helpful thing towards ending world hunger. That's our goal. Obviously, we're not going to do it alone. We're going to do it with you guys. We're going to do it with other initiatives. We start off local. We've also given to other ministries that somewhat are also important to us, that don't just include hunger, but for the most part, that's what we're about. Go back in this channel for transparency, recaps, things like that. The weekly recaps and screenshots recaps, they actually have pictures of our donations and things like that. Our room tour has a thank you card that was sent from a ministry that we supported. So it's not some gimmick, it's not some joke. If you guys are also looking for a rewarding community, Ohana Farms is that as well. We give out, we have plenty of giveaways and a giveaway system that you earn at your own pace. So that's enough said about Ohana Farms. Appreciate you guys. As always, have a super fine day. Hit that sub button, that like button, and I'll catch you soon.